Hey guys, this is Miriam at High Life Auto. I am out doing a video test drive on a 2003 Hummer H2. If you've never been on my video test drives before, the way it works is I drive the vehicle on video and I tell you what I see, hear, think, smell, and feel to give you the best indication to be in the driver's seat without actually being in the driver's seat. I'm not a mechanic and this is not meant to be a 182-point inspection. Rather, this is meant to be a sneak peek into how the vehicle drives and any potential issues I notice as we're going along. So we'll take a look around the vehicle, we'll take a look under the hood, then we'll go for a drive. And I know very little about this, but I know some, just because Matt's driven it home a couple times, and I've driven it just around town, but that's about it. Alright, so these Hummers are really cool vehicles. A lot of people are scared of them because they're, one, because they're big, and two, because they think Hummer means expensive on fuel, expensive on repairs, which is not necessarily true. A Hummer is really just a Chevy, and so it's the 3/4 ton Chevy, so a lot of your parts are just, they're very similar to Chevy parts as far as like cost goes and repair goes and all of that. So it's not really something to be scared of that way. It is a little bit bigger, which is kind of something cool. Why my husband put me in them back before I had so many kids. But he put me in it because it's the biggest vehicle on the road, and so then if I get into an accident, then I'm the one who wins, really, is kind of what it comes down to. I'm going to pause this for just a minute. Sorry, I had someone trying to get through, so I had to move the car. Okay, anyway, so as far as body condition goes, really pretty decent body condition. There's a couple little things that need done, but you can see back here, there's a little bit of rust back here on the rear. I don't know if that's a quarter panel or what, but these tires are really good tires. Probably at least 75% would be my guess on the rear. And then up here, probably very similar. So they're probably all replaced at the same time. Interior is leather. Pretty good condition as far as I can see. I mean, you've got your typical weather cracking. You do have a cracked windshield up there. It's not in the driver's view, but it is a cracked windshield. We have a sunroof, which we will test when we get in there. But otherwise, it's in pretty good condition. Back here, we do have a spot. There could be a jump seat there. There's the brackets and stuff for it, but the jump seat is not in here. And then there's a spare tire that's mounted on the wall. Unfortunately, when I was trying to open the back door today, I broke the handle off. And I knew it was kind of loose before, and it was kind of whatever, so I broke it off. I've got to have Matt do some work on this anyway, so hopefully he'll get that fixed, and we'll go from there. All right, I'm back on the Hummer. We're gonna do this for the third time. I had to stop and rent a U-Haul, and so we're gonna go back around it. I think we're at the back, and we'll continue our walk around, and then we'll go take it for a drive. All right, so here's the back. Like I said, I broke this morning. I'm gonna have Matt hopefully try and take a look at it. I don't know if it will be fixed. This back does open. It was just like this part was broken before, and then when I was yanking on it, I broke that part. But that does open. It just we're gonna have to figure out how to put the handle back on. I'll probably have to get a new handle or figure that out. Anyways, there's that. But again, on this side, it looks decent. You've got a little bit of rust right here, and then a little bit of rust down here on the which is completely separate from the car, but on the no, it's not a roll bar, it's a I don't know, that thing you put your feet on, and obviously there's a bigger piece of rust there. I think it's still good and solid. I step on it, there's it's just that part right there is kind of a little bit gone. Okay, so from the front we have, it looks pretty decent. Like I said, it's got a cracked windshield. We saw that from the inside. And then, let's see, this has the, it's kind of like the Jeep hood. I think I still have to pop it from the inside, but it opens backwards, I guess. It's like the semis and the Jeeps and all of that. I don't know if I can do it by myself, but, oh yeah, I can. Okay. All right. So here's this. Let me start it up. All right. Usually my videos are not this much of a mess, but you know, that's what you get with me. I'm kind of a mess. All right, so here's the engine. Like I said, it's essentially just a Chevy motor. So all of these parts are going to be Chevy parts. It's a 6.0, I believe. So a Chevy 6.0 motor, and then it's got all your suspension parts and stuff will be Chevy 3/4 ton suspension parts. But there's the motor. I mean, it sounds good. It's running smooth. So we'll shut this again. Maybe. All right, come on. It is heavy. At least when you're going upwards, you're going against gravity. All right. Make sure we seal that shut. And then we will finally get in the vehicle and do the inside part. Okay, up here. Okay, we have 173,600 miles on here. Before, I've had it running for, you know, probably about 10 minutes before I went to the U-Haul, and I've had it running for about 5 minutes before I just started it. So it's up to operating temperature. It's not overheating. It's doing good. There are no check engine lights listed, but I always pull my computer, even if there's no lights, just to check. And there are just some exhaust codes. 135 an O2 sensor code, 449 an evap code, and then so it's just two codes, 135 and 449, and those are on there. I don't remember if the exhaust is louder than it should be, but that would be what I would imagine that to be, just some kind of leak or pinhole something in the exhaust system. So my seatbelt on. I'm gonna do, let's see, this should be heated seats. And I'm guessing the heated seats, at least on the driver's door, don't work because it kind of flashes and then goes off. But I've got the window on the driver's side works, the window on the passenger side works, rear passenger side works, and rear driver's side works. And then I just buckled up, but I'm going to try the heated seat on this side and just see what it does. Okay, so it appears that heated seat probably works on the passenger side, just not on the driver's side for whatever reason. Okay, put my seatbelt back on, and we'll do our sunroof. And the good thing about this, like being a 3/4 ton, is you can haul stuff. Like, well, last time we had a bunch of these, we used one of these to haul a trailer with another H2 on it, and it did just fine. We pulled it through downtown Dallas, and it did just fine. So it's got the strength and power that it needs. Let's see. I may not have a radio. I'd have to ask Matt. I thought he listened to the radio, but there's a potential he didn't. So right now it does not appear that there's a radio. I can check the fuse. Obviously it's aftermarket, so there is a potential that you know, somebody didn't put stuff in right or didn't hook stuff up. But I'll check a fuse and see if that fixes it. It could be as simple as that. It could be a broken radio. But for right now, we're going to say there's no radio. We do have the air conditioning on, and it is blowing out good and cold. So air conditioning works. I'm going to turn on my heat just for the fun of it to make sure that that works. And then I've got heat starting to blow out. I'm going to let it get a little bit warmer. All right, and my sunroof, it works. I'm going to close that again. I do not like sunroofs. And we've got, all right, let's let that warm up a little bit, make sure that that is going to blow hot. And let's see, we got our 4-wheel drive, so we're going to put it in for high, and it should, let's see, wait, that's for lock. Let's see, this is 2. Okay, so I've got a service 4-wheel drive light on. I don't know what that means. It does not appear to be engaging in 4. I think, you'd have to ask Matt for sure, but I think one of those Chevy things, I think Chevys and Dodge have a common actuator problem, and it's the actuator on the transfer case. And so your actuator, what it does, it's the it's like the actual switch that switches it from 2 to 4, and sometimes that actuator just fails. And so we're going to say that for right now it doesn't have 4-wheel drive, but we do have heat. It's starting to get warm in here. I'm going to turn that back down, turn the air back on. So for right now, 4-wheel drive needs some work, and you know, while Matt has that in, it might be something that he gets to take a look at. Oh, I forgot to show you, so under the hood, the oil dipstick tube was broken, and so I have a new oil dipstick tube in the office on the counter, and I'm hoping that Matt gets it in today and gets it replaced so that that will all be fixed. But that's just something to check my description and see if I've updated on my description. You know, and you can ask about it when you're here, that kind of thing, but it's on my to-do list to get done, and it's just the dipstick tube. It's just where the dipstick goes in to check it, so you can ask about that when you're here. Okay, now we're gonna go take it for a drive and see what we've got. And like I said, Matt has driven this home. He did not say anything about any major problems, you know, and obviously if he drove it home, then it's not gonna have any, you know, like not moving problems or anything like that, because he drove it home. And off we go. It is a big vehicle. It's a wide vehicle, so it's something you have to get used to if you're not used to driving trucks. Like if you're a car driver or a minivan driver, it's something you just need to get used to. But I mean, it's kind of like riding a bike. You get in and you start to realize where your margins are, and then you're just fine. It just feels big and wide. But it's driving well. It has good power going up this hill, and it's actually driving fairly smooth. I mean, it's not a Cadillac by any means as far as smoothness goes, but I mean, for essentially a 3/4 ton truck, it's driving pretty smooth. It's something that I think you could comfortably get in and drive across the country in. Just, you know, you're not going to be sore, it's not going to be bumpy or rough or anything like that. Alright, so we're up the hill. We're going to do our turn signals. Left turn signal works, right turn signal works, windshield wipers work, windshield wiper fluid works. I'm going to turn our windshield wipers back off, slow down so we don't nail this guy. I think he would appreciate that. Alright, we're going to check our cruise. Let's see, maybe, where's my cruise? Oh, okay, it's going to be the old school on the stick. So I've got my cruise activated. I don't know if you can see that. It's over there on the left. My cruise is activated. It's working well. My horn works. And the last thing, my brakes are good and solid. No grinding or vibration. So overall, very good running vehicle. It's got a little bit of cosmetic things that have to be dealt with. Again, like I said, I'm hoping to get them dealt with. But I just pay attention to, you know, if they get repaired or replaced. So for now, your issues are a radio, your back door handle, and the service 4-wheel drive light. Other than that, I think it seems to run and drive well. All your windows work, all your options work. Oh, and a cracked windshield. So some of those things people don't care about, and so that's kind of why we mention everything. Is some things people are like, oh, I can handle this. This is beyond what I want to do. And so you can kind of measure where you want to be, and you can kind of factor in, you know, the cost of replacing things that you're not okay with, and see if it's something that matches what you want. So that's that. If you have any questions, you're welcome to call me, text me, check my description. My cell phone is 309-267-7200. Thanks, guys.